Hi, Cancer. This is Jess with your end of May general read. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. So, Cancer, um, congratulations. Maybe some of you just had your child or some good news about child and baby. Some of you could be announcing pregnancies, announcing baby is born, baby is healthy, just overall good news. And it looks like for some of you, a cycle is about to wrap. You guys are on your way to a completely new cycle, what feels like, or may even be a new world. Like a new world is opening up for you, Geminis, Cancers. I'm saying Geminis because we're in Gemini season, and that's what popped in my head. But this is Cancer's reading, so somebody needs to say, "You said Gemini." It's a Cancer reading, but a cycle of your life is really closing, and a whole new world and a new door is opening up. Now, the height of success or the height of improvement that you'll see is not here just yet. It may seem like wow, but there's more to come. It could be for some of you. It could be way more. What you're making could be way more. This leg up or the step up that you're experiencing right now could be even more. And it's just because there'll still be delays and probably you getting licenses or just fine tuning whatever it is that you've been doing. There's a little bit of delay in that, and that may be stopping you from getting everything that you've been desiring, and even more that you could hope for. But I believe it's going to come for some of you. So there's a delay, but there is a cycle wrapping up, and you may find, especially if you have your own business, because there's something about some of you Cancers working outside of the traditional way, that you are seeing a lot of success, and people are really liking what you do. If you have a product, if you're selling a particular service, people are preferring you. People really like what you do. Excuse me. And it looks like there's a like good news hand over fist, just good news. People like you, people are helpful, people are wanting to spend time with you, people want to align with you, people want to partner with you. It's just a lot of good news. And some of you, even though these my words are eluding me lately, even though these propositions seem great and they're nice and they seem very probable and seem very positive, you're still very stressed out over the big thing, right? You may have lost a big account, or you can't acquire this really big account. Like you want to get on, let's say you want to get in one of the big box stores and you haven't been able to get that, but you may be able to pump your product to more, successful people on Instagram, or just as an example. So you're still a little battle weary with, either keeping your job that really paid you the big bucks that could be coming to an end or has come to an end. You're trying to figure out how am I going to ever make this amount of money, or, what should I do? What can I do? So there's that. For some of you, a job could come to an end, a very significant job. Or you may have been preparing, going to school for something, and it's like, now what do I do? They're not hiring, or it's a freeze, or you know what I mean? So there's something about a more established environment to work at, which may be closing its doors, or just maybe a temporary change, which is going to turn into a real complete change, and you're a little afraid of what that means for you. It really does mean that you're going to have to make something completely different happen in your life. You're going to take it, flip it on top of its head, and see how it can still work for you. For some of you, I do feel like somebody's gotten kicked out. You may have kicked someone else out. It could be you that's gotten kicked out, but it could be a kicking out. Also, when some of you could be working from home, and you're not working from home anymore because they done laid off a bunch of people, and you're one of those people too. And now you're thinking, well, I need to file for aid or support, that sort of thing. Also, some of you, I'm getting a lot of people just jumping ship, leaving where they're from or where they live and moving on to a new place. Some of you could be doing that too, especially if there was a certain amount of money you were anticipating getting. I do see that coming through this week or by next week. You've gotten to go ahead. Yes, you can do this. All of the details aren't finished. You don't have all the information that you need, but you have enough to say, I'm jumping ship, or I'm going to go in this direction. It looks very favorable. It looks that now that you've gotten the yes it's like, okay, I don't have to stress anymore. I don't have to hold on to this anymore. Now I can, I can leave. Now I can spend this money, because I do see money coming in, but I also see you spending money as well. So now I see you making a decision and saying, this is going to be my ticket out. This is going to be my way out. And this is my way in. It's my way out or my way into something which reestablishes you. And it definitely, I feel, kind of makes you feel like you're more financially stable again, or whatever this is that you're hoping or you've been wanting and waiting for it. Now it's like, okay, now this is going to be the start of my new life. I just keep seeing a start of a new life, and then being able to drop something, whether it be fear, anxiety, worry, stress, whatever it is. It's like, now I can take this leap and I get the hell on, and now I don't have to be at someone's mercy or feel stressed out, that type of thing. So kudos to you, Cancers, because that's a great feeling to have. Now let's get into love for some of you single Cancers. Well, you haven't met your forever person, or the person that you will love to have. But I feel like some of you guys are not being very honest. So you cross watchers, watch out for these Cancers. Now, they're not being very honest. Either you're not communicating with people, you're being very mysterious, or you're just not being very transparent to people. There could be somebody that you know, or you've been getting to know, and looks like everything is working really smoothly. But again, somebody may say, oh yeah, I'm over that person, or no, I'm done, and I'm completely. They're not saying that, well, we're still married, or well, they still live here, or they just left and still have all their stuff here. Somebody's not giving up the full story. Somebody is not telling the full damn story. Somebody's been lying. Somebody's not been completely transparent, and shit is gonna just start falling out of the sky. Like things are just gonna start by I want to say by August. Yeah, it's going to be falling out left and right. So whoever this is, if it's not you and it's like you sense that somebody's not being honest, just wait. It's going to all come out. And you better be careful, because all your stuff is going to come out. That being said, I do feel like if you're putting yourself out there and you're trying to get to know new people, they still have things to do. These people, probably just came out of something, or their money is completely funny and they're trying to get back. Like, people are still in these transitional phases around you, the ones that you're attracting, Cancer singles. And it's going to be really shaky of where this can go, if anywhere, because you're holding back, you're not communicating, or you're on guard. And people are kind of going through their problems and not very stable. And so, it kind of creates this environment that could be a big question mark. Okay. But I do feel like for some of you, there's a wanting to get back to someone from your past, like a significant relationship. Either you want it or they want it, and here they come. And you guys may be trying to test the waters to see, like, I don't know, I really want to see where this can go. So, listen to me, because I know I've been saying this to Cancer, especially you women. You guys are starting to get on top of your game. You guys are starting to be, really focused on yourself. And you're going to start attracting those people from the past that was cheating, and they pretty much wasn't worth anything. And you're looking pretty hot. You're looking like a real hot commodity right now. So be careful with that, because someone could come in and try to use you now that, you look great. And I don't care how you look, meaning you look great on paper. You look great in, like, you have a nice home, and you have a nice, like, you can take care of them. In some way or another, you can take care of this person, even if it is stroking their ego, taking care of them on their day-to-day needs. They may be okay financially as well, even though I do see someone struggling here. But just know that you need to be very careful, vet properly, take your time. We're in Venus retrograde. You don't want to jump out the window and then be disappointed down the line, because I do see it may feel like, oh, this is going, we're doing this again. Oh, this is going to happen. And for some of you, that could very well be the case. But somebody just is very unsure about the little details. Like, we live really far from each other, or I'm in transition. We just met each other and now I'm moving, that type of thing. It's that type of thing with, like, you really start liking somebody the last week of school. Some of you may even be going through that. Like, I just met the person. Well, most people aren't in school together, but that feeling like you just met someone, it's going amazing. You feel like this is going to be real, but somebody's moving. Somebody was just passing through, that type of thing. Now, if it's that, yeah, definitely, give it time. Let everything come full circle, because that could last. That could be something very significant. But for some of you Cancer singles, you have something coming to you very, very, very significant. But still, I would take my time. You should take your time. Let the dust settle. Let Venus go direct and just take your time. Couples. Well, some of you couple Cancers, you're in it for the long haul. You're not going anywhere. Where are you going? You're not going anywhere. You guys love each other. Everything is okay. I feel like the two of you may be wanting to move. Hell, you may be saying, okay, now we're moving. Your mate may not have a job, or they may not even be 100% on board, but it's like you don't really care. I feel for some of you, you may be on the outs with your mate, especially if some of y'all kick someone out. It's not working. They're not putting the energy and effort into something. They've kind of forced their hand or up and left, or you had to make that hard decision. And there's a lot of things that hasn't really been, I feel, spoke about. You've had conversations. You may have tried to make amends with one another and revealed quite a lot, but there's still something that, and it could be because of that you don't feel like you're 100% ready to cut them off. You're starting to lose hope that this situation is going to work, because I feel like some of you, there's someone who puts a lot of attention in things other than the other person, and their priorities could be completely screwed up, and that makes for a very unhappy relationship and union, and you're about tired of it. But there has been these very eye-opening, vulnerable, emotionally deep conversations that is going to feel like we've experienced the worst, and I'm glad that I didn't just cut you off. Yeah, I may have kicked you out. I may have threatened, may have thought about it and dreamt about it in my sleep. But I'm glad that, at least I pulled we waited a little bit longer, because things are really starting to look good. I mean, things this week going into next week is going to feel amazing between the two of you. Amazing. But if you've had problems with your mate, particularly with someone who has not been pulling their weight, has been acting a fool, be careful. They tend to never disappoint. And I feel like this person will do the same. They're not going to disappoint you. And so I guess enjoy the honeymoon while it lasts. It's that type of thing. Yeah. This is definitely on a clock thing. It's like hourglass time. Enjoy these days, these moments, these minutes, these hours, these couple of weeks, because there's going to be a reversal in this. And I do feel for some of you, they're going to be back at it again, whether it's you or them. Okay. And it could be some of you guys, but even if you have someone, if you have children in common, that sort of thing, like even just trying to, be together for the sake of, now I feel like I'm talking to Libras. So some of you could be dealing with Libras, but even for the sake of being together because everybody wants to be around each other and it's quarantining and trying to be safe, that can spark a whole new relationship with the two of you. It really could. It really can. But I feel like be careful, because someone hasn't completely finished something outside of the two of you. Okay. So be careful with that. But a new cycle is beginning, and it's looking really, really good. I just feel like somebody is all in while the other person has 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So in the extended, we're going to look deeper into this relationship. How do they feel about you? What do they want to tell you deep down inside? How do they see you? How do they feel about this relationship? What secrets are they keeping? What is their challenge with you? What are their regrets? And what will their actions be? And we're going to look at the outcome of this relationship. If you would like to share, leave me a message in the comment section below. If you want something personal, click the link to my website and you can set something up for yourself. If you are new to this channel, welcome and subscribe, because I'll be back very soon with another one. Take care, Cancer.